I'll take the western train just by the side of Amsterdam, just by my left brain, just by the side of its
I'm an alto, and this is my first year in the group.
Screen falling off the door hanging off the hinges. My feet are still sore, my back is on the fringes. We tore up the walls, we slept on couches. We lifted this house, we lifted this house. Firecrackers in the sheets, my car parked south. Your hands on my sheet, your shoulder in my mouth. I was up against the wall on the west mezzanine. We rattled this town, we rattled this team.
What are we doing tonight?
We're at Diva La Paz. I'm really excited. Never been to this event before.
It's the first time that we're debuting our ICCA set as a whole to an audience, so that's really exciting.
Stacy, do you remember when I mowed your lawn? You know this house is falling apart. Can I say this house is falling apart? We got no money, but we got...
See, notoriety. If I take this shirt off, my notoriety shirt is underneath. I'm just kidding.
How do you feel about your solos?
Oh, okay. So, I don't know. I'm usually like super nervous for solos, and it's like terrifying because I have pretty bad stage fright. But I actually feel like strangely confident on the solo, which is nice. And I feel like every time we sing it, it's just kind of like comfortable in my range. So, I don't know. I'm actually kind of looking forward to performing it on stage and being able to show people like what we can really do. So.
My solo, it's kind of hard to judge it because I feel like I'm like, your own worst critique. So like when I listen back to it, I feel like there's always things I can work on, but like I trust that it sounds well. I'm really excited, but I'm also a little nervous because it will be my first ICCAs. So having a solo, never having experienced a competition before, it's going to be like two really new things all at once. So I'm looking forward to it, I guess.
I don't know. I feel good about the song. It's a really high energy song, which I feel like is something that I'm good at contributing to the group with, is the high energy. I'm really looking forward to starting off the set, and I don't know. I feel really good about it. It's a really fun song to sing.
Cool.
I feel like my solo specifically, there's been a lot of changes throughout the entire semester to Uma Thurman specifically, which has been tough, but I think that they were all changes for the better, and I think that it made our set and it made the song stronger. And in terms of like the whole set in as a whole versus sort of like last year, I think that our set is a lot stronger this year than it was last year. I think that our arrangements are more ICCA oriented, and I think that we sound really great on them.
Feel about performing at Gamage? Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I love that theater. I love that theater, and I peed myself a little bit when I found out. I didn't, but I did. Metaphorically, I was like so excited that I was just like,
I don't know. It's so like crazy to think that we're performing on the same stage as like Broadway musical people and like stars and like it's incredible. I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane. Gamage is huge. I still can't even believe like that's where we're performing, and it seems a little daunting. So I think once we like get there and we see it and we're there for sound checks, like we'll just have to be ready to go.
It really proves like how acapella has grown in the last year too, though. I mean, like last year we had a really small theater and it filled up so fast, but this year having Gamage and like people are paying a lot more for tickets, so it really shows that like the acapella community is like strong here and that people are interested in what we do. So that's kind of cool too.
plus it's a really pretty theater.
So that we can focus on choreography without worrying about our dynamics and worrying about the singing. So we just focus on the one element. So we have our whole set recorded from us earlier, and we're going to play it in order to run our choreography part of the set.
Okay.
So that in like 2 words, but she said it in like a minute.
What are those 2 words?
Glad that you made it. Look around, you don't see one person sitting down. They got drinks in their hand and the room's a bust. At the end of the night, maybe you'll find love. Fake chit chat.
Hi, I'm Sean McCann. I am a tenor and amplified a cappella. I also do vocal percussion. And for our ICCA set, I arranged Chandelier by Sia with our other member, Emily.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm also a tenor. I arranged the first and last song in our ICCA set. Uma Thurman and Miss Jackson mashed up, and then the last song is Little Party Never Killed Nobody, mashed up with Emergency.
Mashed up with the don't mean a thing if it ain't got that.
Mashed up with the don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
The creative process of making an arrangement. It's a loaded question, isn't it, Cass? I think a lot of it, for me personally, has to do with taking a song in its instrumental context. That is, you know, hearing a song with like, here's the guitar part and the bass and drums and the vocal line or keyboard and all the instrumentation that goes with it, and kind of gearing that towards, well, how would it sound if we only had voices do it? Like, how would we take this and put it in almost more of a choral context? So if we have like a bass line, we can easily write that into bass or bass clef and give it to the basses. But if we have a really cool guitar part or a very intricate guitar voicing or piano voicing, that goes a lot more in depth into looking at how the notes are laid out and like distributing that among all the other parts really evenly. And from there, it's just really experimenting with dynamics and syllables, and even switching up the arrangement. So I know for Chandelier, what we did is we took the second half of each chorus and kind of made it its own individual bridge section. So we kind of took out what was already normally there and predictable and made it like its own independent thing to kind of differentiate itself from the original Sia version. But how would you answer that, Michael?
My arranging process is different for each song, like depending on what I want to see or like how I get the idea for a song. So like for Uma Thurman, Miss Jackson, I had a very basic idea of having a death chant at the beginning of Uma Thurman, and then that just kind of grew into Miss Jackson as I started arranging it. But with other songs, it's just kind of like how I want things to be performed, like how I would imagine a certain song that's not a cappella be performed a cappella. How will Amplified look performing it? What would choreography look like if that was involved in it? And how would that sound vocally? It's basically just trial and error, putting it into Noteflight, the arranging program that we use, and seeing if it would sound good. If it sounds good, then do it again. If it doesn't sound good, go back, fix it. And just trial and error until we get something that we're really proud of. So that's how I've done most of my arrangements, just kind of go in and go for it and then hope for the best. Most of my influences from marching band, because that's all my music experience. Like all of middle school and high school, I was in band and then marching band in high school. And so my first arrangement was actually an entire marching show, and that was where I got used to like instrumentation and putting different voices together and seeing what that sounds like. And then I just kind of translated that information into vocal. I started singing, and then I was like, hey, maybe this will sound good with voices. Maybe these harmonies will sound good. It's really, really similar to actual like instruments, just less parts. I didn't know that about you. What do you know?
I actually started arranging when I joined Amplified, and I kind of feel like that I, did marching band in high school. I was in drumline. I've played in numerous bands since high school as well. But I feel like most of my kind of influence for arranging has come from studying music in a college setting, and so taking 2 years of music theory, but also having the opportunity to listen to so many different kinds of music, and even studying jazz and classical and different kinds of percussion, and having all of these kind of resources for me throughout music school. I think that's what's really helped me the most with arranging. And you've had the advantage of really arranging since high school, which didn't know. And I just kind of started when I joined the group, and admittedly kind of sucked a lot at first. And now I like to think I've improved at least somewhat.